All right, everyone, welcome to another video with Santiment, the market leader in comprehensive on-chain social and development metrics for cryptocurrencies with over 2,700 different projects that we cover. So, what a week it's been thus far. The first of 2024, we've seen altcoins go wild for a bit, then kind of take a backseat to Bitcoin, which earlier today, at the time of this recording, January 8th, we saw Bitcoin get to a new 20-month high of 47.2K. So lots of optimism about Bitcoin ETFs and the expectation of increased exposure for traders and investors everywhere upon the approval of those ETFs by the SEC. We'll see when that happens, but right now things are pretty exciting. But we will save that discussion in terms of where the markets currently stand for another day. Today, specifically, we're going to look at some of the alerts functionality that is available on Santiment and how you can use them to take advantage of the ever-changing markets that are going on, especially right now while crypto is very volatile and there's opportunities everywhere in terms of buying low, selling high, longing or shorting, tracking specific addresses that are shifting markets to and fro wherever they please. We've got a lot we can cover through these alerts here, and you may not have really explored them too much while looking through the many indicators that Santiment has. So let's take a look and cover some of the functionality, how it works, and how you can take advantage of them. Now, upon going to your alert section, you'll notice you'll have your little avatar, and you can put my alerts, and you'll be taken to this section. And you can see some of the many alerts that already exist and are publicly available, which you can click on, such as Ethereum daily active addresses. In this case, we're looking at any day where active addresses for Ethereum went up more than 15% compared to a day earlier. 15% is an arbitrary number that we feel is around the level in which it's significant statistically for us to pay attention to. So if you like that, or you want to try a different asset, of course, you can click this. You can select the asset. You can really modify anything. You can uncheck Ethereum, of course, right here. Let's say you'd rather look at Solana, which has been rather hot lately. Whatever the case is, you can look through every condition. In this case, it's moving up 15% in one day. You could change it to 1 minute, 1 hour if you really want to get granular. And then you can choose what kind of notification. In this case, it's going to my Santiment email address, but I could also choose to have it go to my Telegram. If I check that, it'll ask me to connect my Telegram account. And I can even have it go to a public channel where those alerts are being sent to everybody whenever something significant happens according to my custom alerts. So let's say you have a Telegram channel with many people following your trades or your divergences that you think are notable. Send it over to that public channel and they will see it the same way you are. You can even connect a webhook URL where you put in whatever website it is, and it can actually send notifications to your URL. Now, you can also choose the frequency of the notifications. Let's say, especially if you're doing something like active address spikes or network growth spikes of more than 10% every hour, but you only want the first one of the day to trigger. So you're not getting overwhelmed every hour, assuming it's happening 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Then you can choose to have it only happen once per day, or you could have it once per week, or once per hour, or even once per minute if it's something that's just super, super frequent. And you can also have it be an alert that really only happens one time. Maybe this is a very temporary setup. Let's say you're looking for a big volume swing because you're ready to sell all of your, I won't say the coin, let's say it's a meme coin of some type, and you're ready to sell all of it, but you're waiting for volume to really hit a peak. So you can say, I only want this to happen once, and I'm going to disable it. as soon as it triggers. That automatically grays this out because obviously you don't need to worry about the frequency of notifications when there's only going to be one ever. And then you can choose whether to make it public or private as well. You can see on the left here, it changes from public to private every time I enable or disable that. And then last and but not least, you can actually name the alert so that when you go back to your uh, alerts, you can see what it was really quickly, however you'd like to name it. In this case, all I did was change it to Solana, so I'll call it Solana daily active addresses up 15% compared to one day. It's as clear as day. And then the description, notify me when the addresses count of Solana are up 15% compared to one day earlier. And it's going to send me a notification every day via email, which is what I set it up to do. And then I'm just going to hit create alert, give it a second. You'll see right here on my signals for my Telegram, it just told me it was successfully created. And I can now go to my alerts and see that it is enabled. Solana daily active address is up 15% compared to one day earlier, and it's the only one enabled. I don't really use alerts because I'm tracking using other models and things, but sometimes I do, and then I'll enable something like Bitcoin daily active addresses below 650,000, which would be a big concern, or MVRV goes down below 0.82, which is the same as like a minus 18%. And if you've seen some of my other videos, that's usually a key point where things get really bullish. So that might be one that I want to pay attention to, or social dominance, or even Bitcoin wallets, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video. So if I go to choose an alert, so let me exit out of this, same page here, and then I'm going to click on create alert. And you're going to see this prompt with asset, watch list, screener, wallet address, social trends. Let's say I want to look at a wallet. And we're going to look at, let's look at let's look at something like Matic. I think that would be fun. And we'll look on Ethereum. I'm going to click on top holders table here and give it a minute. And this is actually going to show the top addresses for Matic. They pop up like so. Let's click on one really quick. This is the top address in Matic. And all I want to do is make a copy of it like so, and then go over here and put in the wallet address. Now, really quick, you'll also notice when I look at the wallet address, I can also click create alert and it'll automatically pop up that way. So there's multiple ways to do it for convenience. You don't have to go to the alert page and copy it. You can just look it up and make the alert right there. But I'll close this one for now and we'll use this one. And I'm going to say, I would like to see wallet activities. You'll notice there's three options: asset movements, which is tracking the value changes of the specific asset in the particular wallet. Choose constant or percentage conditions. There's capitalization, which is track the combined value of all assets in the wallet. Full capitalization calculated as a total portfolio in USD. And then we're going to select wallet activities, which is tracking a list of assets inside the particular wallet. For entering or exiting the wallet, assets have to be with non-zero balance. Let's open up the notifications now. Again, I'll just send this to my email. No more than once a day. Yeah, we'll just have it happen once. And we'll keep it private just for me for now, so not everyone sees this example pop up on their own Santiment account. Then I'll check the name, and it says it's describing what it is. It's existed assets exiting the wallet or new asset entering the wallet with a non-zero balance. So this basically means if there's another kind of asset that is leaving the wallet, this is an Ethereum-based asset, even though we're using a Matic address, it's Ethereum-based. So let's say something like Shiba Inu gets added into it, I'll get an alert for that. Or let's say Chainlink exits the wallet completely, I would get a notification for that as well. So I don't care about the description. I'll just type something random there, create an alert, And now I have successfully created a new alert. Click on my alerts, and there it is. So now I've got these two that I've made. Let's say I've changed my mind on the Solana one. I'm no longer interested. I can also just click delete, and it'll ask if I'm sure I want to delete the alert. I'll say absolutely, delete, and it's gone. And let's say for this one, I made a mistake. I put in the wrong address or something, or let's say I actually wanted to do something more like asset movements instead. So now I can actually say I want to look at Polygon and more than or equal to one. Uh, we'll say 1,000 Matic in one day. That's when I want to get an alert for it. I'm now going to update. Alert was successfully created, and I've successfully modified. So don't worry, you don't have to start from square one if you've created an alert and you made one tiny error and you just needed to adjust something. You don't need to start from scratch. You can simply go in, edit the existing one, and you're good to go. You can even hit share. Let's say you want to share on social media, on X, on Facebook, LinkedIn, Telegram, or Reddit. You can do so with one click of a button. You can also just take the raw URL and share it with your Discord group or Telegram group, whatever you'd like to do with it. You can text it to a friend, and they can get the same alert with their Santiment account just by opening it. So there are pretty endless possibilities here. I'll show a few other examples of alerts. So we looked at wallet addresses, we looked at assets. You can also use your own watch list. Let's say I want to look at Coinbase assets only. This was a pre-made watch list by the Santiment team that should be available to you too. And you can simply say any asset under the sun that exists within this watch list. I think there are hundreds of Coinbase assets now that can be chosen from. They're all going to fit under this description. And now I'm going to say, I only want to know when any Coinbase asset, because that's the exchange that I trade the most on, I want to know when their RSI falls under 30, which is a commonly known bullish level for pretty much any crypto asset. If it goes under 30, that's usually a pretty nice buy sign, especially when it's in tandem with other bullish divergences out there. And so I want to know any time that an asset has its RSI move under 30 within an hour compared to 1 hour earlier. So now I've got that all set up. I'm going to set up the notifications here. Email is great. I only want to be notified once per hour, and I will have it run indefinitely this time, and I'll keep it private. And then I've got the name here. I already like the pre-compiled alert name and description that Santiment set up for me. It's straight to the point. So now I'm going to hit create alert, and now I've created that one. Let's do another. Create alert. Let's look at social trends this time. And I want to know when an asset is trending. Actually, you know what? We'll do it this way. I want to know when the keyword 45K is trending. That means that it's more than likely, the price is approaching that level again. As of now, it's at 47K. So if people start talking about 45K, I'm going to be pretty confident that that means there's some fear going on, or it means that 45K just got breached, or it's about to be breached, and people are afraid that it's going to free fall after that. So I want to now know when 45K is a trending word. And on top of that, I also want to be notified when ETF gets back on people's radar again, as it was earlier today, actually. Now I'm going to set up the notifications, so on and so forth, email, no more than once a day. Keep it private. 45K and ETF are in trending words. That's a great alert name. I'll just copy that for the description and create the alert. And now I've got trending words that are going to um, be part of my alerts whenever those two trending words, either of them, become one of the top words that Santiment is tracking across social media on Twitter, X slash Facebook slash Reddit slash Telegram, and even 4chan. So that'll be very useful to go along with my Coinbase assets. And let's look at one more here. We've also got this one called Screener. Um, and I've got one specifically just for ones on Santiment. So these are only going to be assets that are specific to Santiment-based projects, which are honestly most of them. But just for example purposes, let's go through with it. And that's simply going to tell me whenever one of the whenever one of the assets are trending on the screener. I'll have it go to email once per hour, keep it private, enters, exits all Santiment. Okay, so I misspoke. So this is actually when a project is going into or leaving the screener, essentially. So maybe it's a public screener that you're following, like let's say it's a um, all Binance assets screener. And Santiment, our team, updates when a new asset gets added to it or leaves it. That'll give you a notification, like a made up asset XYZ has just been added to Binance, and Santiment's team just added it to the Binance watch list. You'll get a notification saying XYZ has just been added to that screener. I'll create an alert for that, so I know that my trading on Binance can now be can now include the analysis of project XYZ thanks to this alert. So that pretty much gives you a summary of what we can do here with these alerts. It's incredibly helpful so that you don't have to tediously, look through multiple tabs all the time, uh, check templates, which are of course very useful, but without having to look through all of this different stuff, if you have a very complex strategy, you can just have the alerts take care of business and let you know when the anomalies are happening so that you can pounce and buy in at the bottom or sell at the top or pay attention to a new asset when it's trending. It's incredibly helpful. So if you guys need help with that, definitely email team@santiment.net and we'll be happy to jump in and show you how it all works. And let me know what you think. I hope this was a helpful walkthrough, and I'm looking forward to talking with you guys soon. Take care.